Hello, I'm GregSolomon. I recently watched a couple of video clips concerning YouTube cheaters, and I would like to just provide some general commentary concerning those video clips. One of those clips was by Mr. PeriUrban, and I'm going to leave a link for Mr. Urban's video clip so that those of you who haven't seen it can go watch it, because I believe Perry hits the nail on the head quite well several times concerning YouTube cheaters. The second video clip that I watched was Mr. Renetto's video clip concerning YouTube cheaters, and I watched his clip with some amusement. Now, the reason I say I watched Renetto's video clip with amusement was because at the beginning of his video clip, Mr. Renetto made the statement that he had been wanting to make a video clip concerning YouTube cheaters, but he hadn't been able to do one, or hadn't got around to doing one, because he simply just didn't know what cheating is. Renetto then goes on to cite several examples of certain things that some users out here have been doing to artificially increase their video view counts and move them up the most viewed list. And after each one of these examples that Mr. Renetto cites, he asks the rhetorical question, is that cheating? Well, since I am unencumbered with any confusion as to what is or isn't cheating, allow me to provide some commentary that will perhaps clear some things up for Renetto and anyone else out here who doesn't have a clear understanding of what cheating is. And Paul, Mr. Renetto, I'm not picking on you. I'm just using your video clip as an example because it contains several things that I am in total disagreement with. Now, let me use this as an example. Tomorrow is election day. If during the course of election day a politician was caught rigging the ballot box in his favor so that there would be votes counted in his favor that he actually didn't receive, well, if that politician was caught doing that, he would be in a lot of trouble. Why? Because it's cheating. If a student would sit down to take an exam and while taking that exam was caught looking at some crib notes giving him answers to the exam, that student would be in trouble. Why? Because it's cheating. If an athlete would do something out on the playing field to give himself or herself an unfair advantage over the other athletes on the playing field, that athlete would be in trouble. Why? Because it's cheating. You see, I don't understand what the confusion could possibly be, or why anyone would have any trouble understanding what cheating is. And to me it's very obvious. And we can look at the YouTube community in the same light and say that anyone who is using any unfair advantage to move their videos up the most viewed list is cheating. And when I say an unfair advantage, I will use a particular example that Mr. Renetto cited. Mr. Renetto said he didn't think there was anything wrong with this particular example. Let's see what you folks think. Renetto talked about some browsers, certain browsers, and perhaps there's a plug-in you can download for it, and you can use this browser on YouTube to automatically continually over and over again open your page or open your videos over and over and over and over and over again, thus giving it an artificially inflated view count. And after Renetto explained this browser, or talked about it, he asked again the rhetorical question, is this cheating? And he answered, no, I don't believe it is. Well, Paul, I do believe that's cheating. that is giving yourself, or whoever's using it, that is giving, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying that is giving an individual an unfair advantage by using such a browser and using such tactics. And that, in fact, someone who would be doing that would be compromising the integrity of the YouTube community. So I don't see how you could possibly say that that is not cheating. That most definitely is cheating. Let me give an example of an individual out here who I strongly suspect has used some, shall we say, tactics to move his video clips, the views of his video clips, up the most viewed list. A fellow by the name who goes by the username of Jake Coco, Jakecocco. Now, I happened to come upon Mr. Coco's channel sometime back in September, I think the early part of September, and I noticed something very strange. I just came to his channel through a series of links. I noticed something very strange when I arrived at his channel. He had been a member of YouTube for 2 months at that time, and yet the amount of videos viewed on his channel was listed as 43,000 videos viewed in a period of 2 months. That would be approximately 700 videos a day, or approximately 23 videos an hour. 23 videos an hour, every hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 2 months. Now, using those figures and those statistics, one can immediately see that there is something radically wrong in Mr. Coco's side of town. Now, am I suggesting that Mr. Coco perhaps was using one of these browsers to in fact open and view his own clips over and over and over and over again to increase the view count? Well, of course that's only circumstantial evidence, but as Henry David Thoreau once said, some circumstantial evidence is pretty strong, such as when you find a trout in your milk. So I just present that example for the community's perusal, and you folks can make of it what you will. I think it's pretty obvious. Mr. Coco now has a musician's account, and the musician's account no longer lists the amount of videos that a person has viewed, so we can't see that anymore. However, you can see that his music video clips, him playing a guitar, generate hundreds of thousands of views. And in between those music video clips, there are a couple of video clips with him just talking. And those video clips only have a few hundred views. The ones before them and the ones after them have hundreds of thousands of views. So, as I said, I believe something is radically wrong in Mr. Coco's side of town. And he is just one example of many. I could come out here every day and make a video clip, probably for several days, and give a different user each day as an example who is using tactics that would seem somewhat questionable, to say the least. Now, at the end of Mr. Renetto's video clip, he suggested that we just sit by and not basically comment about these cheaters, not say anything about it, and just kind of let it ride and go with the flow, and hopefully someday perhaps YouTube would come up with some guidelines clearly defining exactly what cheating is. Well, I think sitting on our hands and not doing anything or saying anything about it is the wrong thing to do. is most definitely the wrong thing to do. I believe when we see things going on like this, we see cheating going on, we should expose it, bring it out into the light, let YouTube know about it, let the community know about it, so that something hopefully can be done about it. An example I would give is when about a month or so ago, video ratings were being spammed by these spam bots. Well, once I saw that happening, I didn't sit back in my hands and say, well, we'll just sit back and not do anything about it, and hopefully YouTube will take notice of it, and maybe they'll do something about it. No, once I saw that going on, I immediately made a video clip about it and exposed what was going on. Put my video clip out on YouTube for as many people to see as could see it. And hopefully, I would like to think that my video clip and my exposure of that hopefully had something to do with YouTube doing something about it, because I notice video ratings aren't being spammed anymore. So I think ignoring the problem and just sitting on our hands and just hoping that sometime down the road in the by and by, perhaps YouTube will do something about it. No, I think that's definitely the wrong course of action to take. If you see some cheating going on, and as I said, it's quite easy to tell when there's cheating going on. I don't see any problem with defining what cheating is. But when you see something going on, I think it should be brought to light, exposed, and YouTube should be made aware of it so that they can do something about it. Because reacting in any other way only serves to compromise the integrity of this community. Until next time, everyone, this is GregSolomon saying take care.